You've just arrived at a display village.
Oh, hi.
Because you're thinking about building your first home.
What's your name?
You have no idea where to start.
Where's your block?
You're feeling a bit nervous and unsure.
Where's your budget?
If that all sounds familiar, this video is for you. Welcome back to the channel. In today's vlog, I'm going to discuss some things to look out for when you're going through display village or display homes. And then we're going to go check out a completed build in Brabham that's about to go up for sale. It's really easy to fall in love with some of these display homes because they are absolutely stunning. I'm going to point out some of the key and subtle differences the builder puts into upgrading these homes from your standard floor plans, just so you can start paying attention to it and potentially adding these upgrades into your own home. So when you look at these floor plans, there's going to be a few different models for the same layout. Flat wall, recess, double leaf brickwork, single. This whole ensuite's reconfigured compared to this. Lots of differences. And a lot of these display homes don't actually have a price that's attached to it. The main thing that I want you to try to do is use the display home as a tool to try and see the things and the features that you really love, and then pick out those things and add them into the floor plan if they don't exist already. This TV recess isn't a standard inclusion, but adding the additional brickwork and the bulkhead over the top, not expensive at all. Otherwise, if you don't ask for this is just going to be a flat wall. Not everything you see is going to be as it is in a display home, especially in some of them that have been upgraded a lot. This whole room that we're in, it's been upgraded to 34 course high ceilings in the main living areas and the corridor, the entry passageway. After doing that, then you can add more items in. So we've now got the room for this dropped ceiling with a recess in that dropped ceiling and a light trough in the dropped ceiling. There's a lot going on. None of this would be actually achievable if we hadn't raised the ceiling height to 34 from the standard of 31. You're not just paying for the increase in structural costs because of the ceiling heights. There's a lot of extra items that come with the additional upgrade. Over here, for instance, so this bit of brickwork and that bulkhead carrying over the cabinetry and meeting that brickwork over to create this nice passageway doesn't exist in the standard floor plan. So if you never really paid attention to it, or if it's your first time building, I can guarantee you there's no way you're going to pick up on a subtle difference like that on the floor plan, because it's just going to be a couple of little lines. So in a standard floor plan, as you walk through this passageway, you're not going to have this wall here. It's just going to be a gap until you see that laminate panel for the fridge recess. Let's talk about a couple of other differences, like why does this passageway look so good? To be able to add this feature wall in, you first need to pay for the bulkhead, you need to pay for that additional leaf of brickwork, and then have this area open to having the cladding installed. If you do ask the builder to add all of this in, it's actually really cost effective. It's just the cladding and finishing items like that you're probably going to want to do yourself. This bathroom I know has been heavily upgraded. Your tiling to the fully frameless shower screens, the shower head, even the type of cornicing that they've used. So it's a shadow line, or it's like a negative recess, so you don't have your standard coving. The bathtub is standard, and then the vanity has been upgraded. But like I said, if you walk through these homes and you fall in love with them, it's important for you to also realize why you love them. You might not care about the bathroom, might not matter to you at all, and in that case, you can just leave it as standard. But if you fall in love with a particular area of the room or a particular area of the house, it's important for you to tell your sales rep what you love so much about it so that you can make sure it is in your plans. This door here, so this is what we call a barn door. It's not included. You're probably already going to know that anyway. But what you want to do is you want to have the brickwork opening so that you can install it yourself afterwards. See, this extra bit of brickwork here won't be in your standard plan. All right, so to add this, it's probably about 300 mil additional recess. You're going to want to have that drawn in if you want to have this little feature kind of drop zone. What's not standard here, this is a drop ceiling at 28 course. This is an upgrade. One thing that I really like to add into a lot of my plans is additional leaf of brickwork pretty much everywhere it matters. So for instance, if you come over here, you'll see that this part of the wall is quite thick. In the standard plan, this is just a single leaf of brickwork. But if you come around to the back, you can see that we've only got about 400 mil of this additional leaf. And what that does is it makes this wall look a lot thicker, stronger, it has a lot more presence, and then it's given us the ability to add this feature onto it as well, which actually looks a lot nicer than just a standard single leaf of brickwork, which is what you would have on a normal plan without making any changes. This technique is again used with this wall here. So on a standard plan, this would just be a single leaf of brickwork, right? It wouldn't be this thick. You wouldn't have the feature opening, but that's kind of an obvious thing for you to pick out. But having this additional leaf, that's kind of making this room look a lot more luxurious. Same with behind the vanity. So to have a little inset like this, you need the additional brickwork to be able to have the space while putting the lintel over here and then putting the cabinetry in. Yeah, it's really important that you kind of understand all of these little things when you are building your home, especially if you're trying to emulate a display home you've been through. So in the standard plan, there's no need to have a bulkhead over the top of the cabinetry because there's no gap there. That's where the ceiling would be. But once we've upgraded these ceiling heights to 31, if you don't want to have an ugly gap above the cabinetry, you now have to pay for a bulkhead. So here it's been finished really nice where the bulkhead kind of carries over and across. Same concept in the laundry as well. The normal height for this room would have just been 28, so your ceiling would be there, but now you're paying for that additional bulkhead to be put in. So it doesn't end with just paying for the upgraded ceilings. There are a lot of other things you have to consider. This whole door from here to the wall, this is a stacker door. So what that means is there's multiple moving panels of glass. So normally a sliding door, you'd have one panel of glass that moves across. That's all you'd get. You'd have maybe a fixed panel here, and then the rest of it would be brickwork. Whereas this one has multiple sliding panels that open up. It's a huge upgrade. It's actually very expensive, but I've never really recommended this to any of my clients because of the price tag that comes with it. But what you can do instead, if you want to achieve something similar, is instead of paying for a stacker door, which is super expensive, what you can do is you can upgrade to a double sliding door. So what that means is you'll have only two moving panels. So you'll have one open from this side and then one from this side. And then you'd have two fixed panels either side. So you're not able to open the alfresco as much, but to be honest, you're probably never going to live with all of that glass open anyway. So it's not very functional to do that. It's a bit of a flex, which is cool, but day to day, you're probably not going to need it as much. So upgrading to something like this, where you've got two sliding panels and then two fixed panels, is less than half of what you would pay for the stacker door. This one's an easy spot. You're not going to get all of this render on the exterior of your home unless you pay for it. So you will see the 2-course face brick all around your home. The recessed ceiling as well probably won't be included. It's a little bit more obvious, but here again, the ceiling heights are a lot higher than what you would have in a standard build. As soon as you walk in, you can see this beautiful entry feature. Again, in a standard plan, this will just be a flat wall. So to achieve this look, we've got the additional brickwork on this side, and then on this side, and then a bulkhead over the top. Very cost-effective way to make your house a lot nicer looking, in my opinion. What I would leave till afterwards is the cabinetry. So the cladding and the cabinetry, I would leave for after you've received the keys and engage with the cabinet maker yourself directly. That way you've got a little bit more time to kind of figure out what you want to go with, because during the process of your admin and your build, your opinion will probably evolve. Yeah, you don't want to have gone with something and then later change your mind. Just make sure that the builders put in the provisions for it so that you can do whatever you like with it in the future. Your standard plan will just have a flat wall. What's really important to know is that the builders here that are making these beautiful homes, they're not doing so to try and dupe anyone or trick someone into building something that is unattainable. It's more so that people can be guided and given examples of what you can do if it is within your budget and if it is something that you want. If all of these homes were just a standard built home, a lot of people, because they're not building houses every day, they're not going to know what you can and can't do to make the house look a little bit nicer. So that's the purpose of having these display homes built the way that they are. All right, so now we're going to head over to Brabham. We've got one of my previous builds going up for sale on realestate.com very soon. Manu and Simran, they're both doctors. They've moved over to the East Coast for work. So unfortunately, they're actually selling their dream home. We've been asked to go for a wander, and I'm actually really excited to go see how they've finished off the home. My job is to do the design and all of the structural work. I don't know really what they've chosen at pre-start, so I'm gonna see it internally for the first time since it's been built, which I'm very excited for.
Yes.
Yeah, we need more normal vlog, natural stuff, not me just like talking to the camera all the time. I just hope that it's helpful, you know? Just gotta wait till it's all locked up. I feel like I've said so many like harsh things about the guys that work out a display, but there are so many good ones. Like there are some in there that will straight up tell you, this is not what you get, just so you know, pretty much the first thing they'll say to you. So there are lots of good guys and girls out there, but you just gotta be aware of which one's which. It's nice and warm. I'm glad we're gonna go get a coffee. I believe the place is called Caffeinate in Brabham. Navigate to Caffeinate Coffee Co.
Okay, the Coffee Club Cafe. Want a room? Let's go.
Incorrect. We're not there yet with AI, I don't think. Let me try that one again. Navigate to Caffeinate Coffee in Brabham.
Got it. Caffeinate Coffee Company.
Nice. Caffeinate Coffee is closed. It's 2:15, so that's fair enough. You know, most people in Australia don't drink coffee after 2 o'clock. There is, however, a Zaraffa's nearby. Can we go to Zaraffa's?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but we are supposed to try new places.
Yeah, this is a different Zaraffa's.
Yeah.
This is a Ellenbrook
Is
Zaraffa's.
this the first time you've been to Zaraffa's?
In Ellenbrook?
Yeah.
No.
First time we've been to Zaraffa's?
Yeah, it's the first time we'll all go together.
Okay, cool.
All right.
First and last.
Okay. This is all Henley Brook. So we're going from Brabham to Ellenbrook. Henley Brook's just on our right here. Plenty of new blocks for sale. So it's not a bad spot, Henley Brook. I think it's still close enough to the city, and a lot of established families and established schools nearby as well. So there's going to be a lot of demand for new houses here, especially from people moving to Australia, moving to Perth for the first time.
Nah, please. Just another day in the life, my friend.
Of rescuing, of being an angel.
Anyone else would be Wednesday in April, but you.
Thank you, DK. You're the
Oh,
best. Thank you. That was my manager, Daniel Kovacevic, also known as my sensei, my angel, my rock, always helping me out of a tricky situation. So I have clients that are dealing with a developer who isn't being, I guess, super reasonable with extending the time frame for finance. The block's not even titled, so it doesn't really matter. Just fast tracking building contracts for us. So thanks, DK, if you're watching. Could I grab an iced Americano, please?
Yeah, what size is that?
Grande?
Yeah?
Yeah.
You guys filming?
Yeah.
What are you filming?
It's for my YouTube channel. We do like a coffee review at the end of a vlog,
Okay.
and then we give it a rating out of 5.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's Duru Builds.
Wait, I'll make you a drink and come back and then I'll look it up.
See, I'm glad we came to Zaraffa's now. He didn't want to come here. He wanted to go somewhere else.
Oh, really?
I guess now would be a good time to thank all of my subscribers for subscribing to the channel.
Because someone's got to look it up.
Because, you know, I hope she's not let down when she sees the number of subs I've got, but I think it's a lot and I appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you. And yeah, hopefully the coffee's good. That's it. I'll just show her there you go. QR code. I can show someone a QR code.
For YouTube?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too, see ya. That's a 10 out of 5. Especially if she's subscribing, it's probably a 20. We are going to Manu's house. It's going to go up for sale. Him and his wife, they're both doctors. They've moved over to the East Coast. So they're selling their property. They've built their dream home here in Brabham. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home, and It's got a nice custom kitchen in it. I haven't seen it internally since it's been built, so we're just meeting the real estate agent now. She's going to let us have a walk through, and Manu's actually asked us to film his home as a part of his sale campaign. So I don't know how much it'll help, but if it does, I'm happy. Right, the real estate agent has arrived. I think her name's Anna or Anna. I don't need to figure out how it's pronounced. Jem, how do I pronounce your name, sorry?
Anna.
Anna, how are you?
Yeah.
I designed the home for Manu.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the invitation for
All
you
right.
for Thursday.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Okay.
So you're the architect?
Basically, yeah.
All right. If you come,
Yeah, I'll come from the front, yeah. First of all, thank you so much for opening the home for us. My first question is, how do you know Manu and Simran?
Oh, well, they interviewed many agents actually for their smaller home in Brabham. And then he said he has a bigger house which has been built by a company. And I showed my passion. What a beautiful home this is. And he decided to sell this home.
That's a very similar situation with what happened with me as well. He went and saw many builders, and he decided that I was quite charismatic, and then decided to go with me, which I'm grateful for. But I'm glad he's done his due diligence. I'm sure he's made a great choice. What are your thoughts on this particular property? Do you think it'll perform well in this market?
For me, this is my celebrity property. I'm sure I'll break the price in Brabham.
Very, very good. Very confident from Anna, which I like, and I'm sure Manu and Simran will be very happy about. What's your favourite part of the home? I'm sure you've gone through it a few times. Is there anything that stands out for you?
I like the open plan design because this house is very spacious. It's for multi-generation family, so they have ample of time, and they can also have their private celebration. They can host parties, so that's a great. And the kitchen is absolutely for people who love cooking, love entertaining, and love creating their culinary skills.
I can see you're really passionate about the home, but also what you do. Maybe I'll need to get in touch with you if I'm going to sell my home.
You're most welcome. Just think it's sold. That's the magic of Anna.
Thank you so much.
It's been
Lovely
my
to meet you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
I love what you did for Manu. Everything, the craftsmanship is excellent.
All right, she's very charismatic. I can see why Manu's chosen her to sell his home, and what a stunning home it is. I'm actually so impressed with the colours and the choices he's made already. I can't wait to look through the home and check out the finer details and the finishing touches. Let's go. All right, so this design is what we would call a rear living design. That means that we have one long corridor starting from the very front of the home all the way to the main living areas at the back of the home. We're starting with a theatre at the front of the home. Then we have a guest bedroom with its own ensuite and walk-in robe. This is the garage door. We've got a drop zone here and a very nice foyer. We've got 34-course ceilings throughout the entry. We've got a study, open plan study on this side. We've got the master bedroom, ensuite, and also a baby's room. 2 minor bedrooms, additional bathroom and the laundry on this side. Powder room here, huge walk-in linen here. And then this is the family and dining area. Kitchen, scullery, and then walk-in pantry at the back. Having the family dining area at the back, it gives you the opportunity to have a lot of people all together at once. So if you had people in the alfresco, in the kitchen, in the family, you're able to keep a big group of people together, and you're all near the kitchen. You've also got the added advantage of being very far away from some of the sleeping quarters. So if you do have people that are up and about late at night and you do have kids sleeping, they're so far away from this area, it's going to create that nice separation for you as well. So it's not something I come across a lot, but when people do know that they like living in this way, they absolutely gravitate towards it and they don't look back. We're at the very front of the home, so this window looks out onto the street, and we're in the theatre room. So a couple of things that we've done to upgrade this room to make it a little bit more luxurious is we've made it a sunken lounge, 2 courses of brickwork down below floor level. We've also got a recessed ceiling up to 34. I'm a huge fan of having the theatre room at the front of the home, especially when you're this close to the road, because you're never going to be bothered by road noise or people walking past on a footpath when you're watching a movie or you're watching something on TV. Really big fan of having the theatre at the front. Let's see what's next. The first thing that absolutely took me by surprise were the floor tiles. So Manu's gone with these 600 by 1200 glossy vitrified floor tiles. I think they're called something like an Armani Bianco, so they're a very light color and they're very glossy. And this has been a really smart choice because a lot of the time when you do these rear living homes and you've got these long corridors, sometimes it can be hard to get some natural light in. But as you'll see, as we pass the corner, you'll see that this is going to reflect a lot of that natural light coming in through the windows as well. So we haven't had that problem at all with lighting, and the flooring is absolutely stunning. Here behind the theatre, we have the guest bedroom. And what we've done as well to create a bit of privacy is we've recessed the entry door in. So normally, if you didn't change anything, you'd have the door kind of on the corridor, similar to the theatre. But having this hidden away is a really nice touch, and I highly recommend it for homes that have a lot of corridor spaces. Guest bedroom area here, ensuite here for the bedroom, with a double shower, ledge wall, and then just behind us here, we've got a walk-in robe. Through here we have the garage, and we'll have a quick look inside as well. In a corridor this wide and with this much space, you definitely want to have the garage door swinging into the corridor, especially if you've got a bit of a tighter space in the garage. It makes it a little bit easier because you know you're short on space here and you've got all the space in the world here. Everything in here is pretty standard. We've got high ceilings in here to 31 courses as well. But what makes this a little bit different from your standard build is we've got an aluminium garage door, which lets in a lot of natural light. Here's the study area, so it is open plan, plenty of lighting, which is nice as well. We do have the brick lintel coming up over the top, so if you ever wanted to add a barn door or somehow close it in the future, we've got that option. This is the master bedroom area. We've customized it a fair bit because we have an attached nursery to the room itself. There is a brick lintel there if we do want to close it off later on. Come and have a look. We have a nice drop zone here with extra storage space, which is great because you can never have too much storage. On this side is the master bedroom for the parents, and then we've got the nursery, or it could even be used as a retreat on the left-hand side. It's a resort style ensuite. I'm sure Alex would approve, and we've got our walk-in robe over here as well. In the ensuite, we have full height tiling, all with mitered edges to the tile corners. We've got a niche underneath the mirror, and we've got our custom cabinetry sitting in front. Honestly, it looks so great. With the 300 by 300 tiles, it looks absolutely amazing. We've got a fixed panel of glass for the shower, freestanding bath, and then we've got a metre high ledge wall on this side as well. So through this passageway, which is directly across from the master bedroom, we've got a minor bedroom, bathroom, laundry, another minor bedroom. So come on through to the bedroom. Something that caught my eye, which is really smart, and I commend Manu on doing this, is he's increased the height of the shelf and rail at pre-start. So this is sitting at 2 meters above the floor level. The standard height's a fair bit lower, but why I believe that this is a smart choice, you've still got ample storage space up there, enough to store what we're going to put up there, shoe boxes and things that are similar to that. But when we hang some clothes here, especially shirts, we still have enough space underneath the wardrobe to fit something in. It could be a chest of drawers or a shoe rack or whatever it is. We're not wasting space. All right, so we have the family and dining room with the kitchen in this space. The family has a TV recess. We've got 34-course ceilings, and we've got a dropped ceiling at 31 above the kitchen. If we head over to the kitchen, something I wanted to point out is we have a 40mm thick bench top, and we've got a mitered edge joining the waterfall end. I think it's a finish that you need to add for a home like this. In the kitchen, we've got a induction cooktop. We've got the toughened glass splashback behind the induction cooktop, and surrounding that, we've got the hexagonal splashback tiles. Beautifully done. I don't know if Manu chose all of the colors on his own or if he got an interior designer to help him pick the colors at pre-start, because they do look absolutely phenomenal. We've got an oversized double pantry, so if you are someone that likes to cook, you're gonna love this kitchen. The pantry is absolutely enormous. We could fit everything we had in our household in this pantry on its own. But walking through here, we have more storage space, double wall ovens, scullery, got the bulkhead over the scullery, and then a walk-in pantry here as well. You could store enough food here to feed an army. Really well done. So the elevation of the home is quite unique. It's stunning. We've got a gable end for the roof, some timber cladding and stone cladding to the front. We've also got a parapet wall above the garage door, so we've got box gutters behind that, and we've got 2 posts, steel posts going into the pier. Nice front elevation. You can see there's 2 bayonets on the render on the front. They'll get swapped over for some up-down lights, whatever the buyer prefers to swap them out for, they've got that choice, but at least the electrical provisions are there. Thank you for watching another episode of Duru Builds. I'll see you next week. Pack away the things.
How's the vlog today?
Yeah, it was really good. I think that this house is, the way that Manu's finished it is absolutely stunning. I'm actually really proud of him, which is a bit weird to say, but because he's a grown man. But he's done, him and Simran, they've both done so well. The floor tiles are beautiful. One thing I do want to add, for those that are watching, if you've seen anything in the home, like you may have seen the splashback window, or you may have seen, I don't know, you might see how far recessed this door is. If you want to know the measurements or the details of anything at all, drop me a comment and I'll try to get that information to you, especially those that are looking into designing their home and they like what they see. I'm more than happy to pass that information on.